What's going on, everybody? It's Q Jackson, host of BLK Talk. Look, I was over here preparing for another amazing episode, but look, I need you guys to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell so that you guys don't miss any of our amazing conversations. Have a new episode coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everybody? It's Q Jackson, host of BLK Talk. And guess what? I am here with another amazing conversation with my special guest, Mr. Jayye Michael. So look, you guys, if you guys have not been hiding under a rock, I know you guys have been watching Bravo every Sunday for SWV Xscape, the Queens of R&B. And if you have paid attention, you will know that this guy has been on this season and he's been a part of what's been going on. And today we're going to have a conversation with him to talk about being in the midst of two legendary singing groups and talking about some of the struggles that he has or has shared with us on the show. So we'll dive a little deeper into that in this conversation. But Jay, thank you so much for making this happen.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Right. So I think was it 2020 or 2021? It was about 3 years ago where we had our first interview. Me, like many other people, saw you displaying those amazing singing skills on social media. And I'm just like, damn, we got the child of a legend here who is about to create a world of his own with his singing. And I wanted to know more about you. So back then, a little younger, I'm not going to say inexperienced, but, figuring out what it is you wanted to do with life. So, 3 years later, I'm pretty sure, you kind of got an idea of who you are and what you want to do. So in those 3 years since our last interview, what have you been experiencing in life and who has Jayye Michael become?
Jay has become like a model, a YouTuber, well, more of a YouTuber. I've always on YouTube. Music, I released a single, Never Be, last year, July 15th. So the 1 year anniversary is coming up. Working on a music video for that as we speak. But Jayye Michael has just been grinding and trying to, make it do what it do.
Okay. Now, how does that feel though, to actually be an artist? Like you have a song of your own that the people can actually go listen to. How does that feel?
It feels great, like to know people actually are listening to it and like they know the words, and sometimes people will sing it to me. Like it's nice to know that people are actually listening.
Okay. So what was the process like realizing like, okay, I definitely want to do this and I'm ready to release music that's all my own? How was that process? Did you get in there? Did you write? Did you have the concept? Did somebody help you? How was that whole process?
Well, with the song, I wrote it. I wrote it pretty quickly, actually. It was based on a true story. My producer sent over the song. His name is Michael Curtis. And I just had an instant connection to the song. And I just started kind of writing off the dome, and Never Be came about. Even recording it, like it was so fun to record it. I felt like a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I love everything about the song, just how it came about, so the process of recording it, even the process of writing it. It was just, it's like magic was made whenever everything was finished. Even when like the final mix project, it was, yeah. I just love everything about the whole Never Be era.
See, I mean, I'm looking at this smile and the way that you're explaining this, and I'm feeling like this is a feeling that you want to have over and over and over again. Now, you mentioned that, it was kind of like a release in a way. So for people who may not be familiar with the song, tell us a little bit about it.
So Never Be came about during a time in my life I was just really going through it. And like I said, I had an instant connection to the song. So the whole hook is, me and you could never be. And that's pretty much like standing up to whoever was just putting you through hell. I was dealing with somebody who was just doing a whole bunch. It was one situation where it just got really bad to the point where I was like, you know what? I got to take a step back You do you. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna love you from a distance, and I'm gonna go on about my day.
Mhm.
That's kind of how Never Be came about. It was literally based on a true story, and it helped me get through, what I was going through at the time.
Now, did this person hit you up after they heard the song and say, "Damn, you ain't have to put me out there like that"? Did they know the song was about them?
No.
They still don't know.
No.
But okay, so as an artist, where do you draw your inspiration and passion from for music, for writing?
A lot of it comes from like the 90s, early 2000s. As far as like the wordplay when it comes to like writing lyrics and things of that nature, a lot of it comes from like the 90s and the early 2000s.
Okay, so speaking of the 90s and the early 2000s, so your mother is a part of one of the most legendary female singing groups that came out of the 90s. You got your aunts over here that's all a part of it. And you guys are now on a show with Xscape, another group that has done amazing things in the industry throughout the 90s and 2000s. So, first off, when you got the call that like your mother was going to be a part of the show, and I'm pretty sure you guys had the conversation about you being a part of the show as well. Like, what was your initial thought about, being a part of a reality TV show?
I was like, oh, this should be fun. I found out it was going to be filmed in Atlanta, so that was also like ooh, okay, fun. I was definitely hanging out with my friends a lot, but yeah, I was definitely excited at the fact that she was going to be on a TV show, another TV show on Bravo. That's big.
Now, are there any conversations that you guys had prior? I know that you guys like to play dress up together every now and again. Like, are there any things that you say, all right, Mom, when you go on here, I don't need you to wear this. I need you to make sure you got this on. I need you to make sure you look like this. Are those conversations that you guys had prior to the show or during the show?
No, not really. When it comes to like the clothes, that's something that's kind of on the spot. Like if we're going somewhere, it's like, okay, we're gonna match today. Like that's different. But there was no like preconceived conversations that we had prior to the filming process.
Okay. Now, you and your mother have an amazing relationship. I swear you guys are twins. Like y'all look alike, you dress alike. Like you guys are like the best of friends. And that's what we see on TV, and I'm pretty sure it's like that in real life. But has it always been like that? Or did it like had to
Yeah,
really? Okay.
that.
Okay. So having a mother who you're really close to, have you ever felt like, oh, there's so much that I want to do in life, and there's so many things that I'm going through, but I just don't feel like I can come to you and talk to you about certain things?
Well, yeah, and that's what a therapist is for. I do have a therapist, and I talk to her about the things that I can't go to her about.
Okay. Now, speaking of therapy, how important do you feel like it is for us, Black people, men, women, whatever it is, to seek therapy? Back in the day, even, still some people to this day, if you're going through something in life, your grandmother's first thing is, oh, well, go pray about it, or, things like that. But, y'all don't realize that when you pray on things, God is going to send you what you're asking for. And sometimes it's in the form of a therapist. So, how important do you feel us actually going to therapy and releasing and understanding and growing through those conversations is?
It's very important. It's something that's very taboo in the Black community. They think, it needs to stay in a house, you need to talk to nobody about it. But that's actually bad in the long run, holding all that stuff inside. Like, you're going to end up exploding, and that's not good. So I definitely think it's important to talk to a therapist. I go to a therapist. I've been going to therapy for years now, and it's helped me a lot. So I'm in 10 toes down on everybody just going to therapy.
So, what is one of the most important lessons you feel like you've learned in therapy?
What my triggers are.
So
Once
you never knew him before?
no, once you learn your
Wow.
triggers, your life is going to be made so much easier. But your triggers don't always stay the same. So mine switch up every so often. So
Now that's a conversation I need to have with my therapist because I don't believe we've ever had a conversation about triggers. So thank you for that one. Now, look, speaking of therapy, after the last 5 episodes we've watched, I mean, all of us need a little woosah. There's a lot going on in these shows, okay? And social media, of course, they have a field day with a lot of things that have been going on in the shows. But you've been there. You've been behind the scenes, on the scenes while a lot of this stuff was unfolding. Is there anything that we've seen on TV but has actually happened behind the scenes that we may not know about?
not to my knowledge. I mean, I was there for a lot of the scenes, but for those other ones, I was out in the ATL streets. So I don't know everything that happened. But for the most part, everything, that I was a part of has happened the way it was portrayed to have happened on TV.
Okay. Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie. My feelings were kind of hurt to see a lot of the separations that were going on throughout the season. Group versus group, sister versus sister. It's a lot going on that show. What is one of the most, I guess, disappointing things that you've had to witness throughout this process?
That's a tough one because, like I said, although I was at the scenes, I don't always watch the show.
I think you need to go ahead and tune in, friend. It's exciting.
I see everything on the social media. I may watch the episode if I'm a part of it, but or skim through the episode. But I don't really watch the episodes. I think because I was there and I, kind of already know what was happening at certain times. So yeah, no comment on that one.
Okay. So what is one of the things? Well, this is what I want to know because you didn't necessarily watch the show, because you were there and you knew what was going on. What people say on social media are always their perception of what's going on. Had you ever felt the need to kind of jump in and defend, your mom and your aunties, or the ladies from Xscape, or the show in general?
My mother, yes, but that's not my fight to fight. It ain't really my business. So she's a grown woman; she can handle her own. But there are many times where I'm like, y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all wasn't there at this scene. Like, yeah, but it is what it is.
So look, for you though, to be, how old are you now? 20?
Yeah.
Oh, like flat 20, like 20. Okay. So for you to be this young, but be in the midst of such greatness from both sides, and being an aspiring artist yourself, what are some of the things that you've learned or had the opportunity to learn from, your mother and the girls growing up, and then, even some of the ladies from Xscape?
I think just working hard. Watch my mom work as hard as she does. She's always been on the road for as long as I could remember. So she's a perfect example of just working hard and being consistent, because 30 years in the game and she's still relevant.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest lesson that I think I've learned just growing up around all of this.
Okay. And your family is like full of musicians. Your mother, you, your brother. Have y'all ever talked about doing like a family project, a family record of some sort?
There's something in the works.
Oh, really? Okay. Guess we're gonna have to have that conversation when we get a release date.
Yes, there's something in the works right now.
So between the three of you, like, what do you feel you all are known for in your family? Your mother, you, your brother.
Like within the family, or like publicly, like?
No, just within the family. Like, if I come around, like, oh, Jay is gonna be the one that's gonna make you laugh. Coko is gonna be the one that's gonna be in the kitchen cooking. Like, what are you three known for?
Well, my brother is more quiet, more laid back. I'm like, the shady one. And my mother, I think she's known for her eye roll. Yeah, I
A
do.
good old eye roll.
Mhm.
So look, moving forward, like I said, you've had the opportunity to be a part of the show. So, I know people via social media have paid attention a lot more. And I'm pretty sure interest has grown in your artistry. So personally, what things are you looking forward to working on and releasing in the upcoming days, weeks, months, year?
Well, like I mentioned, I am working on a music video, trying to get like a solid concept for Never Be. Try to get that out maybe by this summer, maybe sooner,
Mhm.
later, I don't know yet. But definitely want to release just one more single before I put out my EP. Um, Working on tweaking that and just giving the public what they want, which is, a full body of work.
So, like when we see you at a show, like what kind of show? Because I know you probably been backstage at the house working on it or whatever. Like, what kind of show? What kind of experience do you want people to have when they come see you perform?
Well, my whole thing when I perform is called the Jayye Michael experience. I came up with that last year during Pride, which I have some prides coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Is Atlanta one of them?
I don't know yet. We just gonna have to see.
No.
But yeah, it's like the Jayye Michael experience, and just energetic, a lot of dancing, nice live vocals, just giving stage presence and giving it what it's supposed to give. I like to think about performances as a mix of like Beyonce, Usher, that type of thing. That's where I pull a lot of my inspo from.
Oh, so you about to give a whole show like an entertainer. That's what we getting.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you said you have some prides coming up and things like that. So speaking of pride, becoming comfortable in who you are, overcoming some of the obstacles that people like to place on you. Like, when did you get to that point? Because looking at you on the show, looking at you from social media, all you see is confidence. From the fashion to the bold nails to just everything that you put out, it's very confident. And a lot of people, connect with that. But I'm not sure if that's something that was always the case with you. So if not, like, how did you get to that place where you felt the need to be your true authentic self?
Well, I've always been confident. Like a lot of my old pictures are archived, so you won't be able to see them. But I've always been into fashion. I've always, just been really confident. But as far as being comfortable within my own skin, that happened when I came out. And once, I'm a person where once my mom knows something is cool.
Yeah.
But once she found out,
Nobody matters.
yeah, once she found out, I was like, oh, whatever. So, I started just really doing me. And when I went off to college, that's when I really just got comfortable and just really doing me. I started doing all the things I wanted to do. So with the nails and, certain fashion choices, all of that, I really think going to college for, because that's what really solidified that confidence. And now I can rock anything or do anything I want and feel completely confident in my own skin.
Okay. Now, speaking of schooling, I know that was also a topic that we got a chance to see this season. You didn't want to. You wanted to pursue that music, but there was conversation between you, your mother, your grandmother, and eventually, per the last episode, you decided to go back. So, how's that journey going? Did you complete? Like, did you say, all right, I changed my mind again, and now I want to sing full time? What's going on with that?
That's something I want to clear up, okay? Because that was a little topic on social media that people think I just want to completely drop out of school, never go back, and I just want to be just a singer, and that's not the case. It's so many things that I want to do. Just right now in this point in my life, music is what I want to do, but I also want to model. I want to like act. I want to get into producing, like directing. Like I want to do everything because I'm very multifaceted and I could do many
Mm-hmm.
things. But right now, music and modeling, that's what has my attention. I went back to school for one semester, and then I decided to, take another year off. I
Mm-hmm.
never finished. I didn't even go through with taking a whole year off. I went back literally when we were filming. I went back for one more semester. But now I decided to take the whole full year off, do all the things I'd like to do, go back, finish out strong, and then go on about my day. At least have
Yeah.
like 3 under my belt. But that's one thing I've been waiting to have an interview so I can clear all this up. Music is not the only thing I want to do. For those who know it all, I want to do it all.
Well, now that we got that cleared up, now we know what's going on. So, like, what's something that like people don't know about you?
See, that's a hard one because I am pretty open about my life, considering I vlog it majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a hard one. I'm pretty much like an open book.
I mean, but see, even being an open book though, like there's something in there that you like feel the need to share. I mean, like hold for yourself and not share with everybody.
Well, if that's the case, then it's supposed to be for yourself,
You know what? I got you. But I mean, it's something that you may say for you that you may eventually want the people to know. You might want the people to know, hey, I cook and I can cook pretty well. Is that something?
I can do a little 1-2 in the kitchen.
Oh, just a little 1-2. That's it. So who cooking Easter dinner tomorrow?
My grandmother.
You ain't gonna be in the kitchen helping?
Mm-mm.
Oh no. Why? See, you supposed to get in there. You supposed to learn. That's more bonding time. Like
No, I say that every day that I'm gonna go downstairs and watch her cook, but I'll be upstairs in the
bed. That's fine. So look, if you could talk to that little boy or that little girl out there who is struggling to accept themselves because the world is not accepting of them, that little boy or little girl who just does not know which way to go and how to feel free and how to get to a place of being authentically them, what kind of advice would you give to them?
You need to find your support system because that's going to make everything 10 times better. I promise you, you're not alone. I feel like a lot of us, when we're younger, we feel like, we're the only people who feel like this. And that's not the case. There are so many people who are feeling exactly how you're feeling. You just need to find a support system, somebody you can talk to, somebody who you can trust, that kind of help you figure out what you like and what you don't like,
All right. I like that. So as we wrap this up, is there anything moving forward that you want the people to know, and how can they stay in touch with you so they'll know about those prides, the EP release, the video, performances, and all that good stuff?
Well, as far as, giving the people a little 1-2, I have a lot of things under my belt that I plan on doing. So just stay tuned. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Everything is at Jayye Michael, Jayye Michael. You can probably find me more prominent on YouTube. That's where you'll find more of my personality, all the vlogs and all that good stuff. So yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me on BLK Talk. And look, when you release that new EP or, video, song, whatever it is, have your people hit my people and we'll have you back on here. And when you come to Atlanta to perform, definitely, I'll be paying attention on social media, but I would definitely love to be there to support you.